Ho, ho, ho. This is a email from a reader. Hi, Victor. I love the spirit of your blog, and I'm a bold and determined person with the pussy and no balls. Thanks very much. It would be great if you could not use sexist language like that. Pussies are super fucking strong, while nuts can barely be touched without causing pain, according to my guy friends. Still love your blog, but please let's not bash on the pussies. I'm going to give you the exact way you get people to do what you want. You don't give them resistance. So if you want me to stop bashing on pussies, which I'm never going to do because I love bashing pussies. If you want me to stop bashing on pussies, you don't give me resistance in the email. What you did is you caused me resistance. By your antagonistic attitude, you caused me to not want to listen to you. And even if you don't think it's antagonistic, it is. When you want people to do what you want them to do, you have to eliminate all resistance. You cannot give them a reason to not listen to you. So you cannot say things like, it would be great if you could not use sexist language. You should also not bash something to make your case to not bash something. Now, your case is that I'm bashing pussies, so you bash balls to prove that I should not bash pussies. If you want people to do what you want, you must eliminate resistance, all right? When you speak like that, it's like a magnet that is backwards. It's just pushing the other person away. You want to turn the magnet around and pull them into you. Give them no reason to not listen to you. When you give them reasons to not listen to you, they're not going to do what you say out of spite. They're not going to do what you say simply out of spite because you pushed them away and you gave them resistance. So if you want people to do what you want them to do, don't give them resistance. Be like a magnet, pull them in, eliminate all resistance. The one-step daily business plan. Why you see me posting podcasts daily and twice daily? Because I follow the way of always moving forward, and I do one thing every single day that gets me further towards my goal. That's why you see at minimum one post daily on Bold and Determined. This is the Vincent Gallo business plan. Do one thing every single day that gets you further towards your goal. So, rain or shine, sick or healthy, blah, 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 whatever, I will be posting at least one day on Bold and Determined for the very foreseeable future. More likely twice or even 3 times. Why? Do one thing every day that gets you further towards your goal. Walk towards your goal, and eventually, where are you going to be? At your goal. Of course, my goals never stop. I'm simply going to start walking on another path when I get to this goal. This is the no rush business plan. You see, I do things in a hurry by doing one thing every single day that gets me towards my goal, and I'll get to my goal when I get there. I'm in no rush. I simply do the work every day. I rush to do the work, but I'm not in a rush to get to the destination. I'll get my goal when I get my goal. It'll happen when it happens. In the meantime, I'm going to do the work. This is the no rush business plan. And this way of working, this way of doing things every day is better than any drug. This is called purpose. When you wake up and you have a goal for the day to do at least one thing that gets you further towards your goal, it's called purpose. Purpose is how you wake up with a smile. It's how you wake up and put your boots on and go to work with a smile because you have purpose. So what you do to have purpose is follow the one-step business plan and do at least one thing every single day that gets you further towards your goal. How important is credit as an upcoming NWR? It is not important in the sense that you should not be renting cars. You should not be getting a mortgage for a house. You should not be getting loans, all right? You should become a cash business. So it is not important in that sense. However, don't fuck up your credit by getting credit cards and then buying a lot of things and then not paying your credit cards off because it will come back to you later. You will need credit later. As an upcoming NWR, you don't need credit. You focus on cash. However, when you come back from the islands, you are going to start businesses. When you start businesses, the banks are going to run credit checks on you to make sure that you're dependable. So be dependable. Don't fuck up your credit by not paying mortgages, by not paying car payments. Don't do that by not taking them out in the first place. All right? It's better to have no credit than it is to have bad credit. So for an upcoming NWR, you don't need credit because you should not be using credit. You should not be taking out loans. You should not be buying a car. You should not be buying a house. Only use credit when you have a verifiable plan, when you have a verifiable need. Buying a house you can't afford is not a need. Buying a car you can't afford is not a need. Running a business is a need. Business credit is a need, all right? But this comes later. For an upcoming NWR, it is not necessary to develop your credit. Now, what you can do to build up your credit in the meantime is simply get a credit card and purchase things like gasoline, groceries, whatever. But make sure you pay off your credit card statement in full at the end of every month. You don't want to owe people money. You don't want to owe anybody money. You certainly don't want to owe interest on money. You don't want to pay people back extra for simply buying things like gasoline and food. That's what credit is. People give you money now, or they give you something now, and then you pay them back extra money. Why pay extra money when you could simply make the money and pay cash? As an upcoming NWR, that's what you do. You make the money, you pay cash. If you want to build up that credit, get a credit card, put your gas on it, one time a month, pay it off at the end of the month, all right? A foggy morning. A foggy morning is a great way to wake up early in the morning and you see fog outside. That's a sign from above that says, get to work. It's time to get to work. Fog means get to work. It means we're holding the world still for you so you can get to work. So when you wake up to a foggy morning, get to work, all right? Do your work. Do your full color work. If you wake up and it's a foggy morning, that's a sign. The whole world has stopped just for you to do your full color work. Sometimes you go into a trance-like state when you write. Do I dumb down or simplify my content for better readability? No, I do not. I have the very unique ability to say things exactly as they are with no filler. Many people do not possess this. So I do not personally need to dumb down my words because I speak the basic truth and I don't need extra big words to make the truth come out. If you cannot speak the truth clearly, simply, concisely, with simple words, you cannot speak the truth at all. Big words are a mask. They're not the way really intelligent people speak. When you use big words, you're trying to convince people how smart you are. But it doesn't work because people don't understand what the fuck you're saying. And there's a reason people don't understand what you're saying when you use big words. They don't understand what you're saying because you don't know what you're saying. When you're using big words, you're trying to sound smart. You're masking the fact that you don't know what you're talking about. If you can't explain something to a 7-year-old, you can't explain it. That's why big words fail at making you sound smart, because they're a mask. So, no, I don't dumb down my content. I see words in a mad professor way. I see words in a way that other people don't see words. I could look an entire page of a book and I can just see the words that work. They just jump out at me. I see words visually. And what I mean by that is if you've seen the movie The Matrix, there's a guy who watches a computer screen all day and he looks at computer code. And he's done it so much that he can turn the computer code into images. He can see women in the computer code. He can see beautiful women in computer code. I can see beautiful words in a big pile of text. The beautiful words just jump out at me. When I listen to a song, I hear the beautiful words that work. So I have a unique ability to hear and see and feel the words that work immediately. And I've always been like that. That's just something I'm born with. That's a gift that I've been given. So I don't dumb down my words. When I edit other people, I do sometimes dumb down their other words. I do dumb down their big words, because you want to make sure all of your words are understood by all of the people who are reading. And it's not just Americans with high IQs that read me. Foreigners read me. Kids in high school read me. People who are not smart read me. So I never use big words. I never use words I never try to make myself look smart. That's not my goal. That's not my mission, is to try and make myself look smart. I simply am a genius, and it does not matter to me one bit if other people agree or not. That's not my mission. My mission is to give you the tools you need in the words that you can understand so you can go forth and you can fuck the day and kick some ass. What is the most essential element in the war room? The most essential element in the war room is that it must be comfortable to create. All right? It's not a matter of stuff. It's a matter of feeling. Your war room has to give you a good, strong feeling that you want to work, that you want to get the work done, that you want to be there, that you don't want to leave. Your war room has to make you comfortable to create. That's number one. That's number only. Your war room has to make you comfortable to create. If you're not comfortable to create, you will not create. So the most important element of the war room, make sure it's comfortable to create for you. Make sure it's comfortable for you to create. What tech websites or people do I recommend following, specifically regarding apps and programs? I don't follow any tech people because I don't care. It's not an interest of mine. So I don't recommend following any tech people unless you're interested in tech. I recommend you follow people you are interested in. All right? I'm not interested in tech. I'm not interested in it, so I don't have any recommendations for it. I would recommend following people who use simple words, who communicate effectively. Communication is more important than technology because not everybody can learn technology. Not everybody has the brain to be a technological genius. Anybody can learn effective communication. What is effective communication? Simple words that work. So I recommend you follow 2 people, 3 people. Myself, Joe Rogan, Donald Trump. 3 people who use effective words that work, simple words, and can make anybody understand exactly what they're talking about. If you listen to me, you can understand what I'm talking about. If you listen to Joe Rogan, he's not using big words. You can understand what he's talking about. If you listen to Donald Trump, future president of the United States, he doesn't use big words. He uses words that work that everybody knows. And that's because he is a genius, a verifiable genius. How do I know he's a genius? Because he can use simple words and get his ideas across. If you cannot get your words across in simple language that a 7-year-old can understand, you're not a genius. You're simply not. You're faking. You're pretending. When you sleep the way I describe in New World Ronin, how do you position your left arm so it isn't numb when you wake up? Okay, you sleep with your left arm underneath your pillows. You hide your arm underneath your pillows, and then you put the pillows between your shoulder and your head, okay? Now, it is also very important that you do not place your head down when you're sleeping, because if you place your head down like this, it cuts off the oxygen. You know, when you're a kid and you're outside playing with the garden hose and you flip over the garden hose, what happens to the water when you crease the garden hose? The water stops, all right? The garden hose, like this, water comes out. When you crease the garden hose, the water stops. And that's the same thing with your airway. When you press your head down, the airway stops. So keep your airway open like a garden hose. Thoughts on long-term relationships with a loving and feminine girl in your early 20s. She fucks whenever, cooks, buys clothes for you, raised in a traditional family values. Is it too young, or should he focus on one-night stands while he builds himself? You're never going to be able to build yourself doing one-night stands. It's simply not going to work like that. If you're focused on one-night stands, you're focused on one-night stands. That's a very hard thing to maintain because you have to constantly go out and do it. One-night stand means one night. One night. That means you have to go out more and 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 more. You will never be able to focus on yourself when you're focused on other things. So one-night stands are not the answer. They take up too much time. They take up too much time. You will never be able to focus on your business or yourself if you're constantly worried about one-night stands. So if you're in a relationship in your early 20s and it's working out, keep it. That's the literal real way you build yourself. You don't focus on trying to get laid all the time. You have it already so that you can focus on your business. You use that sexual energy and you place it somewhere else, all right? If you don't have a girlfriend, if you don't have a geisha, if you're not getting your needs met, and if you're out trying to fuck everything that moves, you're using all that sexual energy on sex, all right? But if you already have sex at home waiting for you, you can use all that energy you would put into getting sex, and you can use it into building yourself and building your business and building your body. So one night stands are not the answer. They don't work. They don't work for building yourself, all right? No good person, no great man is constantly out trying to find one night stands. Simply not happening. Should I keep a friend I've known for 10 years, even if I have nothing in common with him now? Well, do you like your friend? If you like your friend, keep him. If you enjoy hanging out with your friend, keep him. If your friend is fun, keep him. If your friend is not fun, if your friend is a downer, if your friend drains your energy, don't. It's very simple. If you like your friend, if your friend gives you energy, keep him. If your friend robs energy, it's important that you don't spend time with people that rob your energy. Now, just because you don't have anything in common with them, that's not enough of a reason to kick out a friend you've known for 10 years, all right? But you do have things in common with somebody like that. History is something you cannot replace in the snap of a finger. You can make a new friend tomorrow, but you can't have 10 years of history with a new friend. So if you're going to kick out somebody, kick them out for a reason. Kick them out because they're a drag. Kick them out because they're holding you back or holding you down. Because you don't do the same business as they do, or you don't like the same movies, that's not relevant. If you like the person and they give you energy, keep them. If you don't like the person and they don't give you energy, kick them out. How do Ronin make money while they are training? That is my job. I'm going to bring the Ronin out from the cold, and I'm going to give you the way that you make money while in training. How? You watch me every day. You come to Bold and Determined every day, and it's going to become apparent how you do that. All right? Signing off. See you tomorrow.